Good evening and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. It is Monday evening and trying to get this video together has been a bit of a chore, shall we say. It turns out I'm going to have to get a new phone. I have no sound. My phone is not recording any sound now, which obviously we only noticed today when I recorded that video because that's mainly what I use it for. So hopefully we can send Patrick to get a new phone tomorrow in the shops, and then I can go through and get it once I'm finished. Today we are talking scary stories in the media. What happened today was I went to work as normal, finished at 1 o'clock, and then I was taking Kathleen through to the dentist, who's the most fabulous dentist in the whole wide world, and that's why we drive quite a few miles to go to him. So while Kathleen was in the surgery, I was sitting scrolling through my phone, as you do. And there were so many medical based reports that it was just ridiculous. Seemingly, there's a new, more contagious COVID variant coming. Seemingly, COVID is increasing again. The figures were for England, but COVID is increasing. The number of hospitalizations have increased. The number of deaths have increased related to COVID. There was also another call for people to get immunised, and I can't remember what it was for, but it was something pretty serious. So, like, we need to get the children immunised for this. There was a whole thing about the monkeypox and what the symptoms are. Excuse me. And something else, there was another report about China is going to release another pandemic causing disease. And there was just so much of it. And I was like, what is going on here? And I'm not sure whether it's scaremongering. I'm not sure whether we're getting prepared for more control to get taken. But it was just overkill on the reporting. There was just so much, so many reports about infectious diseases and how dangerous they are and how they're getting more prevalent and how we're in for more cases of this one and more cases of that one. And I was just like, this is just too much. This is just absolute overkill. I mean, there were just so many reports. So there was me, obviously, getting a bit sort of like, really? Don't you think you're just pushing it a bit much here? But in saying that, I will go and stock up with the cold and flu capsules and stuff like that, because you know yourself, if you're suddenly in bed with the flu and you know it's the flu because you can't lift your head off the pillow, that was always my rule at home when I was a kid, and it was Kathleen's rule as well, is if you're well enough to get up and come downstairs and, eat breakfast, etc., you're well enough to go to school. When you can't lift your head off the pillow, then you're proper not well and you need to fix yourself. So I will be getting a stock of the cold and flu remedy stuffs in. I will also be checking my stores, making sure I've got everything, because if you do get the flu or something, then the last thing you need to be doing is going to the local shop because you don't have milk for your tea. Cannot be doing that at all. So yeah, I still want to, up my levels, shall we say. And if you don't have anything put by, please try and get at least a week of stuff, because I know for myself and for Mandy that I worked with, we were both off a couple of days at a time, and then there was both of us were off for a week. So you just can't do that. That's just not happening. So yeah, that is one of the things that, please make sure you've got a week's worth of stuff. But certainly the whole, as I say, the whole number of reports that were happening today on the news sites with, you know, this infectious thing's coming, that infectious thing's coming, get vaccinated, do this, do that. I was just like, you know, this is just too much. It's just constant. And I don't think for 1 minute that the world's changed that much, because, you know, in years gone by, before the whole COVID pandemic hit, Callie, do not chew Kathleen's headphones. Leave it. Dog was just about to chew the child's headphones. Kathleen would not have been impressed at that. But yeah, you know, up until we had the COVID pandemic, there was a flu season. You know, there was so many people had flu, there was so many illnesses, so many hospitalizations, and so many deaths. And it was just a generally accepted thing that that's what happened in the winter here. But now these stories are just coming on with, oh, this is so much more virulent, and you know, it's going to be so much more contagious, and you can't have this, and you can't, you know, you've got to be careful. And it's just, I don't like it. It just seems to be too much. So yeah, that's my thought for today. So now, as you may have noticed, the dog has wakened up. She was sleeping when I started this, and I'm now getting little nibbles on my hands under the table, to say, come play, do something. As you can see, the table's now moving. So I will go and get Kathleen to come and play with her dog, and I will catch you later.